Hi, this is David Barth. I'm going to give you a status update of the work of the web apps team. So first I'll start with a summary of the plan decided in Oakland. Plan resolved around a simple idea, which is simplification. Because we're covering a lot of technical components, we've arranged our work into 3 stories. First is the Html5 Sdk story. So we provide components and technologies for developers and our app ecosystem. That's what we refer to as Html5 apps. Here we define the objective of simplification again. So we had 2 different types, HTML5, Cordova, depending on system access or not. We thought that was unnecessarily complex, not really relevant to app developers, so decided to consolidate all this. Also wanted to finish work on Cordova, that is not only ship the runtime as part of the phone image, but also be part of the upstream project and become an official platform. We confirmed also with stakeholders the importance of the HTML5 UI work for our SDK, that is native HTML5 widgets that reflect the Ubuntu UI design guidelines. And so decided to invest in bringing it to completion, polish it, and follow the pace of widget development more closely. Finally, and still in our HTML5 developers offering, we realized the importance of having more of our APIs exposed. That is, not only Unity bindings and Cordova APIs, but also more unique Ubuntu APIs to attract more application developers to our platform. The second story is that we provide web apps to our users. So that's ready to use web applications, mobile websites integrated in our shell as if they were local apps. Here, we first identify the LTS as the priority, again to simplify, that is lower the maintenance overhead. On one side, we're getting rid of dead code and technical complexity in the extensions, but also we want to enhance the JavaScript glue that connects our system with the remote web applications, that is making it more robust to changes that happen upstream. For web apps also, both on touch and on the desktop, running in our own container is the goal. We decided to invest into our own dedicated container based off the browser, but also switching to Oxide, in that we're aligned with the security team and the apps team. The Oxide switch is important not only for maintenance, but also for the extra control we get over the engine that helps improve the support we're getting for web applications we pre-configure. Third and last story, so we provide the online accounts feature, which is important for both users and developers in that case. Here we wanted to enhance the framework even further, that is support trusted helper that were not ready for 13.10, also have a finer grained process split of the central daemons, and also have click package hooks to let partners ship authentication plugins as part of their applications. But also we identified a key goal to have online accounts be integrated with web apps. The idea here is to pre-authenticate a web app like Gmail with one of the centrally managed online identities. The advantage for the user is that he won't have to authenticate that often with web apps as well. And also we will support Google Apps for your domain with its complex 2-stage authentication process. The idea here is that we're preserving absolutely the containment between web applications so that no token is shared between distinct web applications, and so we maintain a very strong security framework and boundaries across or between web applications. That's what we set out to work on in Oakland, and this is what we've accomplished so far. So first, the Html5 simplification work is done. We have one single HTML5 project type, one template, no more confusing mentions of other technologies. This is available in the current version of our SDK and in Qt Creator as well. Yet, for Cordova developers, we also have some good news. That is, if you're a Cordova developer, you have an application ready and you'd like to port it to Ubuntu. Now, we've landed our work in Cordova Upstream in December. Ubuntu is an officially supported platform and documented as such on the Cordova project website. And this means that now people can add Ubuntu as a build target for their application, build this application and test it both on the desktop and on their phone. We hope to see a lot more Ubuntu applications coming to the store as part of this development. On the web apps front, we've reworked our infrastructure for the web app container. It's now an independent executable. It is now also hosted in the same project as the browser so that the two can share more code and kept in sync. But this ultimately will help in shipping the browser as a click package. Last, we've also integrated our web apps container with the online account system. So we now have this new API that lets the container request an online identity via a trusted helper. And we've confirmed that this lets us use Gmail at Canonical, so with the more complex authentication process. For the rest of the 14.04 cycle, we're still working on the following tasks. The HTML5 widget set is being polished, the quality improved for the rendering, for example, the Ubuntu shape and applying the same techniques as the ones used by the web team. We're also syncing with the Html5 Sdk on a weekly basis to tackle the development of new widgets as they become officially available. Just last week, we also finally got a prototype for automatically exposing more of our Ubuntu APIs to HTML5 developers. This means that now you can develop a native Ubuntu application with HTML5 and JavaScript and attack the online account API, the alarm API, and the Content Hub API, all from your JavaScript program. The key here was to get the low-level bindings working, but also craft a public layer that we will expose, and we'll expose just the right parts of the API so that it feels right to JavaScript developers. As part of our work to integrate the key websites in Ubuntu desktop, so that is the web apps work, we've adjusted many components, simplified the code of our browser extensions, and integration logic. This is now available in a PPA for testing prior to releasing in Trusty. The work on switching to Oxide for the browser and web apps container is a joint effort with the security and apps team. So there's been some major advances here. We have a branch with our container running with a bit of Oxide, but we've only 2 months left to get it feature complete and in the readable state for the LTS desktop. So that's why Oxide for web apps is marked as at risk. I think we can still deliver into 14.04, but we have less margin for error during the beta period. In all cases, we do have a fallback option with the existing browser extensions. And further online security accounts updates are still in the works after web apps integration, in particular by shifting authentication plugins in their own processes. So this does not affect the application security, at least not negatively, and it improves the security and robustness of the central service. Also, the ability to have partner application ship authentication plugins, so that's still being worked on, but this is based on an extension point that already exists in the online accounts framework, so I think we're on track here as well. Thank you.